Are you a Taurus, known for your steadfast nature and unwavering resolve? While persistence is a virtue, there's a fine line where it transforms into resistance, silently draining your energy, opportunities, and peace. It's time to ask, is holding on costing you more than releasing would? You value stability, comfort, and predictability above all else. These strengths, however, can become limitations when you resist change out of fear or deep-seated attachment. For you, resistance often means clinging to familiar options, even when they're no longer serving your highest good. Recognize resistance as an energy pattern that consumes time and creates friction. It can lead to missed opportunities and unnecessary stress. The goal isn't to abandon your core needs, but to adapt how you respond when change becomes inevitable. Your fixed earth nature grants you incredible endurance, but it also intensifies inertia. When you hold too tight, the consequences can be significant. Financial opportunities may stall as you delay crucial decisions. Relationships can fray when you resist necessary adaptation or honest communication. Your personal well-being might decline if you ignore early signals that small changes are needed. Learning to pivot with minimal disruption is key to preserving your stability. Astrology offers insights into where your internal patterns are amplified. For Taurus, certain planetary placements and transits specifically test your flexibility. These celestial movements act as catalysts, pushing you towards necessary evolution. When slower outer planets interact with your sun, moon, or rising sign, you're prompted to reevaluate long-held structures. Understanding these energies helps you choose targeted responses, rather than defaulting to stubbornness. Uranus, the planet of sudden change, pushes you to alter security structures. While disruptive, these shifts can also be incredibly liberating. Saturn, the planet of discipline, demands restructuring with integrity. Pluto, representing transformative power, asks you to release what no longer serves. Resistance here can lead to significant losses. Your ruling planet Venus, when challenged, can create tension in your values, finances, and relationships. Tracking transits to your natal houses reveals where pressure is building. Second house transits impact finances and self-worth. Fourth house transits affect home and emotional foundations. Seventh house transits influence partnerships and agreements. 10th house transits target career and public responsibilities. Use this framework to prioritize where to let go and where to hold firm. You might often mistake resistance for prudence or loyalty. Distinguishing between healthy protection and costly stubbornness is crucial for your growth. It's important to identify these patterns early. Over-planning without action leads to missed opportunities. Refusing to renegotiate strains relationships. Hoarding resources out of fear limits growth. Emotional bottling creates resentment. Avoiding new skills causes stagnation. You need practical, repeatable strategies to shift your default reaction. These methods respect your need for stability while introducing controlled flexibility. They help you navigate change without feeling overwhelmed. A short checklist reduces analysis paralysis and provides measurable thresholds for action. Include the minimum viable change you can make. Plan for worst-case scenarios and identify support contacts. You'll feel safer when you translate abstract worries into concrete steps. This proactive approach helps manage anxiety and encourages decisive action. Test change without committing forever by using a fixed time frame. Implement one change for 30, 60, or 90 days. Track measurable indicators weekly. Reassess at the end of the period. This reduces anxiety by limiting commitment and creating a data-driven decision point. It allows for controlled exploration. Gradual letting go helps you maintain continuity and comfort. Declutter one category like subscriptions each month. Outsource a domestic or work task for a few weeks. Sell or donate an item you haven't used this year. You preserve comfort by changing incrementally rather than all at once, making the process less daunting. Money often anchors your resistance, so strategic planning is vital. Establish an emergency fund for 3 to 6 months of essentials. Create a change fund for reskilling or relocation costs. Set clear criteria for investment versus cash retention. You'll feel more secure and willing to act when your funds are aligned with potential transitions. Your tendency is to maintain peace, sometimes by avoiding direct conversations. This avoidance often increases resistance, as unresolved issues accumulate. Direct communication is essential for healthy relationships. Maintain relational stability by expressing your needs precisely. Use I statements to reduce defensiveness, such as, "I need clarity about our schedule." State what you can and cannot change. You will be perceived as firm yet reasonable, which decreases the probability of prolonged disputes. This approach fosters understanding and mutual respect. Follow a simple structure for effective negotiation. Identify your core need, whether it's security, time, or money. Offer 2 viable options that protect that need. Ask for the other party's preference and a timeline. You will move from passive resistance into constructive negotiation with minimal friction, achieving better outcomes. You might be tempted to keep a role or investment for the sake of certainty. This often means missing out on professional growth and better compensation. Your comfort zone can become a trap. You stay in a role due to tenure, not advancement. You decline upskilling because your current workload feels safe. You postpone job searches, fearing compensation volatility. You can adopt a strategic approach that preserves security while positioning you for advancement. This involves proactive planning rather than reactive decisions. Audit your skills against market demand and choose one new skill to trial. Schedule informational interviews with people doing work you admire. Set a target exit timeline if certain conditions aren't met. You will reduce stagnation by creating a planned path rather than waiting for a crisis. This proactive stance empowers your career trajectory. Relationships thrive on flexibility and suffer from stubborn repetition. Your resistance might be interpreted as coldness or inflexibility by loved ones. This can create distance and misunderstanding. Conversations loop without resolution. One partner carries most of the emotional labor. You prioritize routine over intimacy. These are clear signs that resistance is creating barriers. You need to balance your desire for steadiness with your partner's need for reciprocity. This balance fosters a healthier, more dynamic connection. Implement weekly check-ins with a focused agenda and time limit. Agree on an experiment to change a specific pattern for 30 days. Consider external mediation if patterns are deeply entrenched. You will maintain trust if you commit to small, measurable changes rather than sweeping promises. This builds a foundation of consistent effort and growth. You often tolerate low-level stress, believing it will pass. Over time, this produces somatic signals that demand your attention. Your body communicates what your mind resists. Sleep disruptions due to rumination are common. You might experience tension in your neck, jaw, or shoulders. Slower recovery from illness can also be a sign. Treat these signals as early warning systems, not mere nuisances. They are your body's way of telling you that change is needed. Start with a grounding routine, 5 to 10 minutes of barefoot standing or mindful breathing each morning. Practice progressive muscle relaxation before bed. Take movement breaks every 90 minutes of focused work. You will support your health and lower the physiological cost of resistance with consistent micro-practices. These small habits make a big difference. You can work with inner patterns that feed resistance, making change feel less threatening. This inner work cultivates a deeper sense of security. Reframe loss as exchange, trading the old for new possibilities. Keep a gratitude ledger to offset fear-based narratives. Visualize positive outcomes with sensory detail to reduce anxiety about unknowns. You will cultivate an internal sense of continuity, independent of external conditions. This strengthens your inner resilience. Adopt a weekly grounding ritual, like a short candle focus, and listing 3 priorities. Implement a quarterly review ritual for possessions, finances, relationships, and skills. You will maintain structure while allowing necessary pruning to occur. These rituals provide comfort and a sense of control during transitions. You need concrete tools to make progress. These exercises can be implemented immediately to help you navigate change effectively. A 30-day micro-experiment tests change with low risk. A decision matrix reduces overthinking by scoring options. An if-then contingency plan reduces catastrophizing. A boundary script helps with clear communication. A weekly audit keeps you proactive. Timing is often the crux of the Taurus dilemma. You want to be patient but not passive. Knowing when to act is crucial for optimal outcomes. If a situation causes significant daily stress for over 3 months, consider change. If an opportunity improves long-term income or stability, prioritize it despite short-term discomfort. If an essential relationship repeatedly violates boundaries, escalate to a formal conversation. You will make better decisions when you use objective thresholds instead of emotional reactivity. This provides a clear framework for action. Consult transit windows for extra clarity. Mercury retrogrades are for review, not new projects. Venus transits optimize financial and relational moves. Major outer planet aspects signal long-term restructuring. You will combine practical decision rules with astrological timing to reduce regret. This holistic approach enhances your decision-making power. You will benefit from structured reflection to uncover where resistance is costing you most. These prompts guide your introspection. What specific habit, relationship, or asset causes recurring stress? What are the best, likely, and worst outcomes if you let go? What's the smallest first step you can take this week to test change? Where have you successfully adapted before, and what did you learn? Keep short, believable phrases that counter resistance without forcing extremes. These affirmations provide mental support during challenging times. I can protect my essentials while allowing necessary change. Small tests help me choose wisely. Stability is maintained through intelligent adaptation. Repeat these scripts in moments of indecision or anxiety for grounding. You should not feel you must navigate major transitions alone. Certain patterns require outside support to ensure healthy progress. Signs professional help is needed include repeatedly making decisions that harm financial stability, resistance damaging important relationships, or feeling immobilized for months. Consult a financial planner, therapist, career coach, or astrologer depending on the issue. Professional input accelerates safe change and reduces long-term costs. Resistance is costing you when it prevents controlled, timely adjustments. Your Taurus strengths of persistence and security are assets when repurposed to sustain long-term stability, not preserve outdated forms. Recognize resistance using checklists and tables. Use time-boxed experiments, contingency funds, and small release methods to lower emotional costs. Communicate directly with clear scripts. Use practical tools like decision matrices and weekly audits. Seek professionals when patterns are entrenched. It's time to take action and transform costly resistance into strategic resilience. Small, deliberate steps are the most reliable method for lasting change. Identify one area of persistent friction in your life. Choose a single micro-experiment to run for 30 days. Create a one-page contingency plan addressing your 3 most pressing fears. Schedule one short conversation or action this week to move that experiment forward.